You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
Goof On Radio.
Or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
Goof On Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You're listening to Goof On Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to Goof On, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is April 26, 2023. How are we? 3, 2. Me too. Doing all right, hanging in there. It is Wednesday. It is the middle of the week. It is a hump day for those 9-to-5ers looking to get out as soon as possible. Friday, 5 p.m., weekend till 10 a.m. Monday, because that's when you finally wake up. I'm happy to be here tonight to give you the daily news. Goof On is in the top 3 podcasts now that goes every day. Over 1.2 million views out there on the internet. We are knocking down barriers, building walls. No, breaking down barriers, breaking down walls. Yeah, we're putting them up. But we are rebuilding. We're rebuilding the structure. We need to get ufology secure again. It's lost its way. Somehow, before the pandemic, it was all right. But after the pandemic, everybody's woke. It's a night and day difference with the people in ufology before and after the scandemic. What is it? Pandemic. Scamdemic? What is it? No, it's Scambian. You're thinking of Scambian. No, pandemic. Well, whatever. It was different. I was there. For those of you who weren't, you may not realize it, because I know we've got a lot of people who got into ufology back in 2015, 16. You know, you're still a little fresh. I mean, at this point, you should be a little seasoned, at least, ready for the cook. But hey, it's okay. It's all right. You gotta restructure, rebuild, refresh. You got to open that package, hope for the best. All we need is one. All we need is one UFO UAP. All we need is one UFO AP. UFO AP. Unidentified flying object. Absolutely failed. I don't know. No, that's a P. It's an F, you stupid. I'm thinking UFO. See? Not so smart. Hey, you turn it into a joke after a while. Nobody notices anymore. That guy's really funny, but he's stupid. Nah, that guy's funny. He's genius. But he's dumb. Dumb? I laughed the whole time. That's genius. See, it's all a trick. I'm tricking you. I'm the dumbest guy in ufology. Really. I'm the dumbest guy. It's just, I'm saying stuff, you laugh, and you're like, he's right. It's all a trick. I'm tricking all of you. Don't buy it. Still here. See, that doesn't work either. Still see me. We're going to do a little bit of coal roll. Not much. Hi, everybody. See, we're done. What? Roll call. What'd I say? Coal roll? Did you watch Joe Rogan? With famed jocks? James Fox? Me neither. Well, I didn't have enough time in my day. I started to watch it, fell asleep. And then I remembered again after I forgot. A couple hours went by. Saw Amy posted a tweet about it. Where can we find it? Well, anyway, we'll talk about it tomorrow. And I'm like, yeah, oh, here it is. I said, I'll listen to it while I work out. And guess what? I forgot. I listened to music the whole time. I could have had the whole thing. So I'm not going to really say too much about it because I'm going to play clips. I'm going to play it. And we'll listen to it. What's up, Zach Diecast Monso? Welcome to the JD Morrison. Welcome to the Jeanette Angel. Throwing down a 10 spot before the show starts. 10 pound, 10 quid super dono. It's beautiful. It's loved. It's the first one. That's right, Angel. Jeanette Angel. 10 pound, 10 quid first time super chat tonight. All over Truthology for Ufology. No. Yeah. No. Thanks, Jeanette. Mucho gusto and generoso. Welcome to the show, so. Chris Rogers. The cream. Gush. That's right. Welcome. Rebecca, the wild one. Wild show right here. Welcome to Scott Blight. Red light. What's up, man? Welcome to the show. Denpub show welcomes you. God, that's great. What's up, Mick2069? Gush to you. You and your family. That's what I thought. Arr! No words. Every time you come here, I should have a poet next to me. Stu Gerson. Anytime you speak about Stu Gerson, you should have a poet speak for you in poetry form. Here's a man who's more than a man. He might be God. I think he can. Oh, well, they could make some real stories about Stu Gerson. Stu Gerson is the universe. Don't you get it? He is reality. Stu Gerson is everywhere, everyone, and everything. And he listens to Goof On. Welcome to the show. The boss is here. How do you like them apples? Behave, behive, behoove. Diane. Moody Mongol, everybody. Billy Nice, so nice. What do you say there, Chief? Restore. Y'all got some big storms around me, so y'all be in the back. My eyes is on the sky right now. Peach. Peace, I know. I'm just fucking with it. Damn, boy. What's up, Helen? Welcome to her Stuart in heaven. hallowed be thy name. Welcome to the JD Morrison. We have JD Morrison, Jim Morrison, Shelly Michelle Morrison, Morris the cat. How many more Morrises? This is amazing. I thought there was a lot of dicks. There's more Morrisons than there are dicks. Thank God. Welcome to the show. All right, let's get started. If I didn't say your name, doesn't mean I don't love you. William Bonney, hey, how you doing, man? What do you say? How do you be? We enjoy your outlook on oh, wow. I'm sorry about that, man. Yeah, I told everybody, I don't know if you were here a few minutes ago, that I'm the dumbest guy in ufology, and I distract you with my humor. And you're like, Ed, he's right. He's so funny. But he's totally wrong. Nah, this guy doesn't matter. He's so funny. What do you mean it doesn't matter? He lies. He doesn't know. He doesn't have any history. He doesn't know anything about ufology. He's funny. He's going to go far. How? How is he going to go far? He knows nothing. Rich Giordano knows nothing about ufology. Man, he's so funny. I could listen to him. What? I can't listen to this guy. That's what the other side says. I know. I've been privy to be on listen to a conversation I wasn't supposed to be privy to. They're sneaky. They stab their own people in the back every chance they get. The left, not the whole, but people that I've run across and people who have left the left and came over to the right side and realized how nutty it's getting. You have your normal left, you got your far left, and then you got your insane left. Okay? I'm friends with people from the left. We don't agree on everything, but we talk. I mean, that's called being mature, being an adult. Anybody who's fighting and arguing over politics, talk about religion instead, okay? All right. End of story. That's how you fix that one. Just talk about religion. Don't let politics get in the way. Once politics get in the way, religion, everybody's faking it. Everybody's making believe. Everybody. Don't you know? Do you really believe a devout Christian really believes in an invisible entity out there? Like George Carlin said, there's a magical man in the sky. He's going to damn you to hell if you break the law. If you kill somebody, maim somebody, he will put you in hell and damnation forever. But he loves you. He loves you. That's a tough God. Tough guy. He's a tough love, that God. Yeah. My God was abusive. Verbally. Well, obviously. That's why I left. That's why I believe in what I want to believe in. I don't believe in a magic man in the sky. I believe in a power. This is what I've come to the last few years. There is possibly, because people have written about it, all the cultures, all the societies over time, even the alien shit talks about it as just one, that everybody's thoughts and ways go to the one thought, the eye in the sky, the all-knowing eye, sees and knows all, created man in his image. And I don't mean just man, I mean humanity, ladies. If you're getting sensitive, my fruity guys out there, just calm down. Keep your fruit in your pockets. Be a man today. I need a man today. I don't need fruit and fiber. I need meat and potatoes today. You understand? You can come back tomorrow with your fruit and fiber, but not today. Today's serious show. Because the pandemic changed everything. And the funny thing is, they used it to their advantage. Before pandemic, I almost want to say before TTSA, to be honest with you. But let's just use the pandemic because it's right here. What happened? Shut everything down. Remember, everything was down. Oh, sorry, William Bonney, I kept your name up here. My God, you said what? Your God packs a bowl with weed and tells me stories. And that's okay, man. Whatever works is healthy. That's what I believe in. I believe you can believe in that God, right? Like, I don't preach my shit to you. Like, if we were talking somewhere, I wouldn't be like, hey, you got to try what I'm doing. I don't even do that for anything. Sometimes a movie, I usually got to watch a movie, but when talking about religion or other shit, I'm not going to tell people, hey, try this out. Never been done. I'm just saying, this is what I believe in, because I said, everybody believes in a God and all-seeing man. That's why we're here. Yeah, I like what I did here. Friend and mentor? Nope. I am your father. Even though they're closely aged. Probably an 8-year gap or something. But you never know with Elizondo. He probably has kids scattered all around the globe. It wouldn't surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a little Lou Elizondo rolling around in India somewhere. Literally rolling around. That's not nice. That's fat shaming. That's sad. All right, where are we? What was that? Yeah, I'll get back to the pandemic. We got things we got to talk about. So let me pull this up. You mother's hypocrites. Where? All right. Hold on. Spot a guy? I put Spot a guy instead of Spotify. Spotigy. Spot a guy. That's funny. All right, here we go. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. Fooling. Skin on skin. Let the love begin. Down it. Love bites. Love bleeds. It's bringing me to my knees. God, I was listening to that album today. Animalize, I believe it is. What is it? The one with Hysteria, Love Bites, Pour Some, Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me. Every song is good. I don't love every song, but every song is good on that one. Like some are just, like that song, Love Bites. It's brilliant the way they orchestrated that song. All right, Joe Rogan. It really is like the stuff that I grew up with had meaning. You know, I'm going to do that after I'm done with this segment. I want to show you why I am the way I am too. But I like the nostalgia of the things we grew up listening to, like the Scorpions, Love at First Sting, right? Still Loving You. They don't write songs like that anymore. They don't write stuff, Living on a Prayer. They don't even do that shit anymore. That was a great song. That's Bon Jovi. But, I'm talking about those ballads. When I grew up, it was all about falling in love, having your heart broken, getting over it, and moving forward. And partying all along the way. Yeah. And that's what we grew up with, man. It was all about women and having a good time. In an almost innocent type way, even though there were, girls, and their Motley Crues, doing all that. But everything was sexualized in the 80s. I mean, like a virgin. It's not just rock and roll. Madonna was changing everything. Cyndi Lauper evened out the playing field for the ugly people. Good Lord. When she did that video and had Lou Albano, the wrestler, I'm like, yeah, I could see that being her father for real. She was one hideous woman. What a talent, though. She's really talented, even though I couldn't stand her growing up. I respect her, and I kind of like her now. It's weird how when you get older and you hear these songs, like all Depeche Mode, I hate. Still hate it. And I think because some of the girls I really didn't like love Depeche Mode. Play Depeche Mode. Put this in your car. Come on, I don't want to listen to Metallica. Jeez, put in this for me. Come on. And then you'd have to listen. And, playing that shit every weekend, you learn the words. And I find myself going, oh, my God, I know the words to Men at Work and shit like that. I don't understand. He took foot for and full of thunder. He said, can you speak my language? He gave me head and then I left him dead. And he said, ow! We come from the land down under. Yay! You're spitting stuff and it's made of wonder. I don't know. Oh yeah, Pyromania. No. That's not the album. Pyromania. I was wrong. When I was singing Foolin', that's Pyromania, the best of all Def Leppard albums. Holy shit. If that's not one of the best albums in the 80s, I don't know what is. That group changed a lot of shit. Def Leppard was awesome. Not a lot of guys liked Joe Elliott, the singer, because, you know, not the best looking guy, and he was just a weird dude. But when the drummer lost his arm, everybody, you know, felt bad for them and rallied behind them, and they came out with that album, and he learned how to play with one arm, and it's literally every song was like in the top 5. Just about 8 songs on that album. 8 out of 12 songs. It's an amazing album. It's the one with Hysteria on it, and Love Bites, and Pour Some Sugar on Me. I don't know. I just, anyway, I don't know why I'm, oh yeah, because I want to talk about that. The words. You know, people are like, what's wrong with this guy? What? How could you say the F word? I'm like, you don't understand. It's in music that I grew up with. It's in a lot of shit. We grew up differently. We didn't wear helmets and knee pads and elbow guards. We didn't do that. That came out because all the kids that were getting hurt bitched and complained. Well, actually, the parents did. And it made sense to get a helmet. I understand. But you get beat up. Nowadays, you got to wear the helmet or you'll get beat up. Appreciate the change. Safety first, always. Always, always, always. God, you know how many injuries a year just from rollerblading and skateboarding? It's phenomenal. Anyway, thank you. David Wilcox throwing down that $10, $11 actually, from Canada. Canadian coin, whatever. And it's 10 bones. That's right. You can help support the show the same way. We are a supported show through you, the viewer, and everything goes back into the show. You guys have seen it over the years, you know, and anything, you know, Super Chat, Super Sticker, PayPal, Cash App, all the links are in the show description, homepage as well. Let's listen to some Joe Rogan here. I didn't listen to it. I don't know. I just hit play and it's not playing. Let me see if this is it. Here it goes. Joe Rogan by day, by night. Here we go. Wow, this is good already. Thanks, David Wilcox.
The eyewitness accounts, the photographs that people got, the depictions of the actual being, the fact that there was live beings. This is
Vargina.
And everyone that didn't even know each other having these like really similar stories about what they saw. And when people got a hold of the wreckage, like when you first started making this documentary, did you have any apprehension like, oh, this one, how do I sell a documentary on a crashed UFO? Like, what's the best way to put this together? Because that's part of the art of what you do, right?
You were skeptical. Let me tell you how skeptical I was. Okay, so I was making my second documentary on UFOs in the late 90s. I just finished a documentary called UFOs, 50 Years of Denial. I'm starting on my second film. It was 1999.
I'm going to punch through this bullshit.
And I partner up with a couple of guys. Saw you as an independent, struggling young filmmaker. Always wanted to lend a help. And he's like, oh, yeah, I was here when that happened. I met some of the witnesses.
Go. 4 minutes. Let's go. Whoops.
And somehow the case gets brought up. Very famous. I mean, he's big time. And I said, oh, yeah, sure, Jeff, I'll look into that for you while I'm in Brazil. And just to be nice, right? But in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm not wasting 1 second on that stupid case. Like, seriously, I'm telling you, honest to God truth. And it was 2011. So I go to Brazil with with no intention of looking into it. Zero. Okay? I wasn't even going to ask one question. And it just so happens that nuclear physicist and UFO researcher Stanton Friedman, rest in peace.
Yeah.
And he is there at the conference. And somehow the case gets brought up.
God.
It wasn't about that case, but it gets brought up. And he's like, oh, yeah, I was in Brazil when that went down. And he's one of the smarter guys. Stanton Friedman,
yeah,
he is not an idiot. I mean, he's one of the reasons why him and Don Schmidt and Kevin Randall are one of the reasons.
I'm one of the smart guys. And these guys, poor Stanton.
That's why we're even talking about Roswell. And he's like, oh, yeah, I was here when that happened. I met some of the witnesses. So then that kind of piqued my interest. I was like, huh. Okay,
all right, you liked it. Yeah, you're happy. God, good. Come on.
I can't tell you. But your jaw's going to hit the floor when you see it. I was
We're
like,
also going to talk about
that good.
Skinwalker Ranch, episode 2, after this.
Out there for many times. And then one day, I get a phone call from Chuck Clark. And I'm back at home in Northern California, and this is kind of a long way away. And he goes, James, I got something you need to see. I said, okay, well, what is it? I can't tell you. But your jaw's going to hit the floor when you see it. I was like, that good? He goes, oh, yeah, that good. I said, I'm canceling all my plans, jumped in my car, and I drove straight through to Rachel, Nevada. I get to his house. This must have been, I'm going to guesstimate 94, 95. Get to his house, and he's got a double wide right near the little alien. And he pops in this VHS tape. I was like, and it was like 2 guys on the quintessential road trip just to Area 50, the surrounding areas, Rachel and the extraterrestrial lonely highway.
Sounds
and
gay.
They're goofing off the alien, taking videos of each other, just the typical road trip out to Area 51, right?
In a
Blair
good
Witch
way.
Project.
Totally. And then they're goofing off next to the photographs of the alien in the crash disc, and then they're inside the little alien, and I'm like, okay, where's this going?
He mentioned Goof On. Did you hear that?
Then all of a sudden, and I just the typical road trip
Listen.
out to Area 51, right?
Blair Witch Project.
Here it comes.
And then they're goofing off next to the photographs of
Goof
the alien
on.
in the crash disc, and then they're inside the little alien, and I'm like, okay, where's this going? Then all of a sudden, and I saw this with my own eyes, all of a sudden, the car's parked, and it's parked out by the black mailbox in the desert, and it's dusk. The camera is on the armrest between the 2 seats, and it's slightly cocked, like it's not level.
Gay.
And it's filming the dashboard and the screen, the windscreen,
Cocked.
windshield, and there's 2 guys in there
Gay.
sounding like
No, I'm just
you can't see them, sounding like they're trying to crawl under the seats. I mean, they're freaking out. And then one of them goes, it's over the top of us. It's over the top of us. And I'm like, damn, what is this video? Like, what am I, Then all of a sudden, the car lights up on the inside. But the source of light is above it. Like if you can imagine, I've never seen anything like this. If you could put a pendulum with a light source above a vehicle, like above the car, like this, but very slow and fluid motion, like rocking back and forth, the shadows and the lights on the inside of the car are doing this really eerily. You've never seen anything like it. I'm like,
Oh my God. Stop it there for a minute. It sounds like James Fox is believing some silliness. Like, it sounds to me if there was a light, like if that was real, why isn't that known? Why haven't we seen this video? Why can't we see it? I've never seen it. He didn't put it in any movie. It's very strange, him talking about this from a VHS tape, supposed to be a really cool experience. The way he's explaining it, the lights on the inside of the car were moving like the pendulum of the light above them. And how do they know it's like going in a pendulum motion? I guess that's the way it was videotaped and you could tell, but why haven't we seen this incredible footage? You know what I mean? I mean, it's probably bullcrap. He's gullible too, let me tell you that. James Fox, well, he's got to make money. So he's got to go all in on whatever bullshit he's going to believe. Hey, I'm glad he did the Varginha movie. What was it? Mentors of Mentalists, something, deepest mental thought. I don't know. Moment of time. Whatever it was. Momentary lapse of reason. A moment in time. A slice of pie. Oh, a slice in the moment sky. They're all going to be like movies like that. I don't, I do like James Fox, but I don't trust him anymore. I haven't trusted him for a while. He's made a lot of mistakes. Don Mofo throwing down a 5 spot during that playing video. Who says they can't hear me? You can hear me. Good. I see it's a super dono from Don Mofo. A mucho gusto generoso. Continuing supporter of GoofOn. Thanks, Don Mofo. Chris Rogers throwing down Satan's Love, my favorite, 666 pounds or squids. And he says, Maiden, yeah. 2 minutes to midnight. How about to kill the unborn in the womb? What is it? Rolling, rolling, diving, diving, doing it again. That's Aces High. When I first got Power Slave and that song started out, I was like, holy shit, this is the best already. I remember 5 seconds into that Power Slave, because I'm like, nothing can be better than Number of the Beast, whichever one was before that. I think Somewhere in Time came out after that. And then that 13-minute song, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, and the 9 or 8-minute Power Slave song. I had a paranormal experience during Power Slave, recorded it, lost the tape, but I think I know where it is. Here's what happened. I had this beautiful Technique system. Back then, $2,000 was a lot. And I had these huge speakers, 15-inch woofer, the mids, the highs, all that shit, the center channel. I had it going on. My parents were really cool that way. I did the same thing to the car, But anyway, 'cause I love music. I don't know why I'm telling you that. Anyway, so I'm making I'm doing chores, and I just got, I'm going to show it to you. I just bought the tape, and I had the dual tape recorder, and I was going to, no, wait, hold on a second. I think I'm forgetting. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll be right back. I know. I have to show it to you. I have to show. It's when I bought the picture disc. See, it's hard to remember 36 years ago. The picture disc. And I got the picture disc, and I loved the way it sounded. It sounded better than the tape. That's right. And I liked that. So I decided to record it. And when I put it on Power Slave and I was making a tape, my father walks in the door down the hall, probably 50 feet away. My door's halfway open, stereo's on, and I'm recording it. And he goes, hey! And I go, what? Hey, he's screaming down. He goes, you didn't pick up the dog shit. And I go, yes, I did. He goes, come here, I want to show you something. And I go, but I picked it up! Like that, because I did. And as I got mad, the album, which was on 33 RPMs, sounded like it sped up, which it did. Now I'm recording it all, and I'm hearing this speeding up. Yeah, tell me why and then it slowed back down. It did this. I'm not lying. I recorded it. I will find that tape. Everybody at school thought I was like Satan after that. They're like, Rich is really psychic. He's got psychic kinetic powers. Because then what happened? My father is yelling at me. Hey! Like that he does. Now I open up the door and I go, I'm coming! And right next to me is a fire alarm. The smoke detectors? It goes, right as I was there, right as I got mad. And he turns his back. He's going back out through the garage for me to follow him to show me some dog shit I missed. As I'm walking down the second half, you pass through the kitchen and then you go down another hallway, and to the left there would be the door. But in between, right where you start walking down that hallway and that door, there's a smoke detector just on the opposite side of the wall. And he comes back around, opens up the garage door as I'm just about to open the garage door. And he goes, "Hey, what's taking you so long?" I go, "Man, I go right here." And the smoke detector goes, eh, 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 eh. And he goes, "Why you keep doing that?" I go, "I didn't touch it." He goes, "You played with the other one too." And I go, "I didn't touch it. Anyway, I want to show you the dog shit." And he takes me outside and he shows me behind a half a cord of wood, there's dog poop that I couldn't have known was there, but I think he threw it there, because how did it get there? My dad used to test me and put shit under leaves and shit, and to see if I did my job, like I'm going to move leaves to look for dog shit. Seriously, psycho. We used to have a white glove test once a month. Check the shelves, the top of the fan. All right, you got to clean half hour. Shouldn't take you more than 10 minutes max, but you got 30 minutes. Then you can go out. Pretty wild, right? And I recorded that. You couldn't hear the smoke detectors go off on the tape, unfortunately, but the Power Slave did it. It did it twice. Because then when I came back, when I was done, I was talking to myself, and it was nearing the end of the song. And I put the headphones back on, and I was so mad. And then it just, then it's and never did it again. That was the only time, the only day that's ever happened. Check out what happened to me today. I'm going to work out, right? You know, my car's not old. It's only a year old. And I got a remote that comes with it. You know, it's a push button start, but you can lock it up by pressing the button. You still have those. And mine stopped working for some reason. And I know why, I think, because I was mad. I got cut off, and then I flipped the person off, and they get mad at me and slam on their brakes, you know, trying to have me hit them from behind. So I just sat there, you know, doing this. And I was very angry. And then I'm like, "Yeah, come on." I'm like, "Come follow me." They didn't. They just kept going. I turned in. I parked 20 seconds later, and I'm fuming, pissed. And I'm like, "Just calm down, calm down. You're going to waste all your energy." And I got out, went to lock the car. It wouldn't lock. So I went back in the car, tried to start it. It wouldn't start. It says key not detected. So I don't know if I have that kinetic energy within me to disturb electronic devices. That is a truthful statement. It's been happening my whole life. My whole life. Ask any one of my, I know you never will. That's why I could say, ask anybody. I'm just saying it's true. That shit has always happened to me. How about a couple of years ago when I was going to work and my car got zapped through the intersection? Remember when I was talking about that? And then it got started, and then on the way home, it got totally zapped out, sitting at the intersection. Smoke came out and everything. The electronics it was that intersection. Something has to, it's almost like Skinwalker Ranch. There's like something going on at that intersection. Every time I would go through that intersection, something just felt weird. And if you stopped at this light, and it was basically at the bottom of a mountain, and you know, a lot of indigenous people lived in that part of Arizona. And of course, you know, we took the land, and they found all these little places with rocks and shit. They, you know, dug them all up and, you know, put houses there. So I'm sure these indigenous are pissed. And I probably have this beacon on me as a single white male. You know, I fit exactly what they hate. Here I am driving down the road with my beacon. There they come. Pew. We'll take out his electronics. How do you like that? Reesh. What am I doing talking about all this stuff? It's just weird. Life's weird. And I've had these weird things happen. I don't know why I just got into all of that. I don't know. But it's my show. I guess I'll do what I want. I'm not that way. You know that. Yeah. Thank you, Chris Rogers. I know a lot of you go through these same things. I know you. I talked to some of you. You've had strange experiences throughout your life. Andrea Coran with the $2 super dono. It's beautiful love here at GoofOn. And Andrea Coran, strong, powerful name, is a continuing supporter of GoofOn. Mucho gusto. Generoso. Grazie. Grazie. Thank you. Lynn Berger's here. That was nice, Andrea. Mark D. Truth Searcher says, James cares more about money than he does about ufology. And that's okay. Just don't present yourself as a ufology warrior. Yeah. All right. All right. I tell you what. Yeah. He's changed, I think, over time. Either that or I didn't notice it before because I didn't care. I used to really like him. I liked his older movies. And those older movies were good. With the Phoenix Lights, I know what I saw. I know everything about the Phoenix Lights that there is to know. And he did a really good job with the interviews and everything. I just wish there were some other things that could have been done. But you don't know he doesn't know everything. You can't know everything. I don't know everything. Helen says, Rich has had a B boost. You want to know what else? I'm doing this. I watched a video, and this guy says there's certain types of vitamins that I could take that could really help me. So I got them. One of them was vitamin D3. There's different types of vitamins. I didn't know that there were that many different types. Like vitamin D is very important for me for diabetic neuropathy, for the tingling and, in the feet and the hands. Even it's only been a day and, I took my second dose of that stuff and I'm not shitting you. I really feel good. A whole much more energy. I didn't sleep a lot. I slept 5 hours over the course of the night, but yeah. I don't feel 100%, but I feel good. Thanks for noticing. I guess I am talking a bit. It's like cocaine. I feel, if I feel good, then, I just can't shut up sometimes. All right, I'll be quiet. I get the hint. No, I'm kidding. I know you didn't mean that. Shh, don't get mad. I'm just joking. See, this is what I mean. I can't stop. Let's go back and listen to Fox.
And I gave the whole story. Let's let somebody else pick up the ball and run with it. I'm just telling you what I saw, okay? I get contacted a couple of years ago by a guy who goes, I saw that video too. Then another guy contacts me and he goes, I'm a private investigator and I find people. I said, well, his name's Chuck Clark. Go to it. So he finds him. Right at that time, I'm going on the Impulsive podcast with Logan Paul, and I tell Logan Paul the story, and he has exactly the same response you have, and I don't blame you, okay? I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just telling you what I saw. It was very impressive what I saw. Very impressive. Yeah. If it was a fake, my God, that was well done.
That was where he was talking about the pendulum light above the car causing... Oh, that's why I talked about electronics. Yeah, I'm such a bone.
He should be making movies with Spielberg. So anyway,
what is this gentleman's name who has this again?
Chuck Clark.
Chuck, so, what are you doing, Chuck?
Let me.
You know what? I'm gonna write that name down and see if I can find that video. Chuck Clark.
Finish. So Logan Paul, he's like, I wanna go to this guy's house. I said, hey, I got the guy. He's got the information. Logan's like, hey, this is all behind the scenes. So Logan Paul takes. I put him in touch with this guy, and this guy lives in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it was like Logan Paul takes a Mercedes with a bunch of guys and $100,000 in cash, a big brick.
God.
and he goes out to this guy's house in the middle of the desert. And Logan calls me in the middle of nowhere. He's like, "You sure your contact's legit, dude? My phone doesn't work. I'm in the middle of nowhere. I got $100K cash in my pocket. And I can't find this guy." I said, "No, I'm sure he's good, you know?" And so Logan goes in there and meets Chuck Clark. And Chuck Clark's like, "Yeah, I got the tape right here." And so he says, "I'll give you 100 grand for it." And the guy says, "No way." And so Logan Paul, going to reveal this for the first time, Logan Paul has got a button camera on his dress, on his clothes. So Logan Paul's like, "All right, well, this guy doesn't want to, you know, he's going to die with it. So let's get this thing on camera." So Logan's like, "Well, let me see it at least." So Logan like looks at it with this thing and, "Oh, could you show it to me again?" Gets another angle, and then he leaves.
That's a dick move. That's not cool. That's why Logan Paul is a bitch.
So Logan's like, "I don't know if I want to go public. I mean, I don't really own the video. I don't know. It seems like a bit of a gray zone." So I said, "Look, you know, this is a story that might be of interest to Bob Lazar, because maybe Bob Lazar should see this video.
Oh my God.
And he can make a determination." I'm just saying.
Bob Lazar. That's who he's going to go to. Bob Lazar, who's not a UFO researcher. For all we know, Bob Lazar never seen a real UFO, ever. And this guy's banking on Bob Lazar. "Oh, I could just tell you right there, this just can't be happening. I don't know how it's happening. It's probably CGI, you know, the glasses." Bob Lazar. "Oh, I should bring this to Bob Lazar." I would have liked him to say better, "I got to bring this to, you know, what's his name? Tim Taylor? Travis Taylor?" That would have been better.
Or maybe George Knapp or Jeremy Corbell might be interested. This is not my domain. I'm not a Bob Lazar big guy. I don't know enough about Bob Lazar. I met Bob Lazar in the early 90s, and he told me, I came up to him at a conference, and I said, "Hey, thank you for coming forward." And he said, I didn't have a choice. That was my only, I don't know anything about the case. I know you know way more than I do about the case, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting this out there.
How do I know more about the case than you?
Well,
you literally make documentaries on UFOs.
I do, but I mean,
see, that is such a great point Joe made. How do I know about this? And Joe's not a researcher in ufology. He's just a casual observer. How does he know? And the guy who's in it to win it with great documentary, but the last one wasn't good. I thought that Vargina thing sucked. It wasn't good. It was average. I didn't like it. It wasn't his best work. It was boring, to be honest with you. The last 20 minutes was useless. But
I mean, you got one person's account, and it's fascinating. And I believe that Lazar believes what he's saying. But I've talked to George Knapp about this, and George said the same thing. I said, maybe, I mean, just maybe. And I'm not out here attacking Lazar or nobody else. I'm just saying maybe he was used as a disinformation plant that seeds some real information and some bogus information, just to kind of test the waters in the river.
There you go. That's what it was. That's what happened with Bob Lazar. He was used. You want to know why I think he was used? Because just the way the story went. It was just too convenient. The whole thing seemed like it was planned. Lord Ludicrous! I thought I was seeing things. I saw you the other day, man. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for, yeah, man. Yeah. And I did. I'm glad you're here because you weren't here yesterday, I don't think. Or were you? I don't know. But I wanted to say thank you for apologizing. You know, I didn't think you needed to. You know, I'll be honest with you. Because if everybody's wondering what's going on, Lord Ludicrous Plaid, just throw it out there and get it over with. Nobody's going to hate you. Went over to Scambian side for a bit, and now things just didn't work out. And I never heard, nobody was telling me you were saying anything about me. Nobody came to me and said, Lord Ludacris is just ripping you a new one. I never heard a bad thing. So that's why. It didn't exist. And if anything I hear now, I'm not going to buy it. Even though you said, I'm sorry for the things I said, but all right, I guess, no harm, no foul. Perfect example of that. Well, welcome back, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm definitely not going to screw you over. I never have. We're not that way anyway. We're friendly, but we never had conversations outside of the show. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Did we? I don't remember if you've been around for a while. It seems like you've been gone just a couple of months, to be honest. I thought I've seen you in here. I never blocked you. Yeah, I never even blocked you. Anyway, welcome back. Thanks for the $2. And the chat, yeah, we have the best. Pound for pound. Goof on chat. It's really good. Might be the best. Where is everybody? It's a weird show tonight. I figured there would be, it was the last couple of nights, 130, 140 almost. And it was a little uptick in shit, but I guess that's over. I do, whatever. I don't care. I'm just saying. Tim Freestone, what's up, Chief? Sapphire Elf, how to do? Lance Coles, what do you say? Tacey, what are you doing? How are you? Jeanette Angel, oh, I already said it. Helen. All right, John Hintz, Mark D. Truth Searcher, U.S., Mick in parentheses, David Wilcox. Thanks, guys, for coming out, hanging out. Moody Mongol, everybody. I think I said your name earlier. I just had to let it out. All right, let's get back to work. We'll come back to Joe Rogan and James Fox each night until we're done with it. Now I'll listen to it and I'll know what I want to listen to, but at least we got a little preview of what to expect. Same old stuff with James Fox. Nice guy, gullible guy, good filmmaker, but a little too gullible for me. A little too gullible. But, he has to suspend that disbelief. Suspend belief? Suspend disbelief? How do you say it? Well, I'm overthinking that. You got to suspend disbelief? I don't know. But if, to enjoy his movies, that's what you got to do. Oh, all right. Wow, I have to renew my drone registration. It's been 2 years. Holy crap. 3 years. It's 3 years? They sent that right at 6 a.m. Oh, 5:30 a.m. That's weird. All right, I'm in the wrong email, so let me pull this one up. All right, this is good. This is good. Jeremy Corbell posted this. This is good. We're now going to dive into, for the next part of the show. Wait, what? What's that? Oh, yeah. All right, let's go to Into Thin Air, and then we'll come back after Into Thin Air's video, because we do that here at Goof On. When there's new videos popping up from Into Thin Air, we have carte blanche to play them. And I like to do it at the top of the hour. It splits the show in half, gives us a little break. This is from yesterday. More major earthquakes. Northeast, Western Canada swarm. So it's getting some good views, man. Let's throw it up there. Take a listen to I2TA. And then we'll come back and we'll talk about Skinwalker Ranch Season 4, Episode 2, and the hijinks that happened. It's unbelievable. It's grown men doing 8th grade science. I mean, it is so fun to watch this show. And I watched it for free on YouTube. Somebody posted it. I thought I was going to have to buy the episode. All right, I2TA, take them away.
All right, everybody, welcome back. April 25th, 2023. And right off the bat, I just want to show you we do not have any tsunami buoys going off right now because I'm going to show you some earthquakes that have taken place recently over the last couple days, maybe a week, that definitely have the potential to set these things off, even though there's areas of the world in which I don't understand why we have no tsunami buoys. In fact, these are two that are offline in the upper northeast coast. Makes no sense, never will. Anyway, I have two maps pulled up for you today. We are going to look at volcano discovery, and we are also going to look at the USGS as far as significant earthquakes. You have a search tab over here that we can look at 30 days significant. The reason I click 30 days is because most of these happen within 14 to 15 days. So they fall just past that 7-day range if we were to check that. So we have to jump from 7 to 30. But keep in mind, most of these were in the last 2 weeks. Oh, and yes, don't worry. We're going to be talking about this insane cluster of reported seismic events in the Northeast over just the past 48 hours. I don't know that I've seen a cluster like this before. We can't confirm all of these as being earthquakes, but this is no coincidence. You do not see this happen very often. This is a lot of seismic activity, reported explosions, sonic booms, maybe meteors. But what is going on in the Northeast? This is insane. Even if I go to 7 days, you just see it thicken up. Like, that is absolutely crazy. I don't think I've ever seen it that dense with so many different seismic events. And it also, you got to notice some patterns here. We get a bunch of straight lines. We had that situation just about a week and a half ago where we had these dual sets of earthquakes going up to the Northeast and into Canada. Still have yet to get an explanation on that, but take a look at this rare earthquake that took place just 6 days ago. A 4.5 off the coast of the eastern U.S. Very, very close. We usually do not get earthquakes out here ever, but nonetheless, there it is. We get a lot of earthquakes along this trench here because that's the meeting of two tectonic plates. That makes sense. This does not make sense at all. This is a very rare quake and a large quake for this area, and it was only 6.2 miles in depth. So something may be happening in this part of the world, an underwater volcano like they've been talking about with the West Coast, specifically off the coast of Oregon. There's this pressure release going on down there that they are claiming could lead to a major, major earthquake. Now, there's something we also talked about last week, and that's why I want to start with this earthquake right here. This immediate area right here was the source of the 2004 mega tsunami that took the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. This caused a tsunami that hit India, Saudi Arabia, most of the countries within Africa. Parts of it hit Australia. This thing was absolutely massive and went down as the most devastating and deadly tsunami that we know about. And that one just took place yesterday. And by yesterday, I mean this 7.1 that took place at 15.5 kilometers. The earthquake that caused that mega tsunami was a 9.1 or 9.2 that took place right about here. But nonetheless, we have not seen an earthquake of this size in this particular area in a long time. So again, if we have any history of tsunamis or any sort of major disaster in a certain area and you start seeing things happening there, you need to keep an eye on it. And if I go to 4.5s and higher over the last 7 days, we can see we had some precursor earthquakes to this large one. So this situation may not be over. We definitely have to keep a close eye right here on this fault line that goes all the way down underneath Indonesia. This was basically in the Malaysia area. And then also another quake, a 5.1, 280 kilometers south of Port Blair, India. So not only are we getting hit from the top, we're kind of getting swooped in from the bottom in this area. And that wave extended out very, very far. I have the graphic up right now. Now back to the significant quakes we've had over the last 2 weeks.
I'm going to put the link to that video in the show description so you can watch the rest of it by heading over to I2TA. That's Into Thin Air right here on YouTube. The link will be in the show description. Didn't know I was going to play it till just now, so that's why it's not there. Usually with Into Thin Air, I'll put the video in that before the show starts, so because I know I'm going to play it. I know I'm going to play it. He knows he's 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 going to play it. You know that's not the first time I've ever done that. Nope, you got to stay inside me. Nope. No. Nope, can't do anything. Nope. Nope. What? UFO seekers on Fox News. Have you seen this? I can't believe UFO seekers was on Fox News. I don't think I can play it. Because UFO seekers. Never mind. We already know about that anyway. There's no reason to talk about it, right? All right. Jeremy Corbell and Skinwalker Ranch, episode 4. Episode 2, season 4, pardon me. It's free on YouTube if you want to watch it. I was surprised it was. But I watched it, and it was entertaining, but it was the most idiotic. I'll tell you what they did. They got this company. Hold on. No, I have the show right here. I'm not gonna. I know I took the show. Why? Oh, here it is. No. Why does this happen to me? What is wrong with me? I know I took the show and got it ready. Oh, here it is. I can't play it, right? But I can show you. I can show you what they did. And this will be good. I can play some things, but I can't play a lot. Seconds. But I'm not going to have to. Because I took notes. Right? We've got all the notes and everything we need. Big word right there. Duh. Unbelievable, these guys. So, they get this company. Now, there's a place called the Triangle that is where they think a portal is. It's like an intersection of a road and another road and a trail. I don't know, but they call it the Triangle because that's kind of like the shape of the open area. And somewhere between 1,000, 5,000 feet, they think there's a portal. And last year they dropped these containers that had GPS locators on them down into, from above, a helicopter. And they had like, I don't know, let's just say 100 of them, 200, I think maybe it was 150. I don't remember, but it was a lot. And they only wound up finding 2 that made it, that found the ground where they were trying to locate it. And they lost all the other ones. They said they must have went through the portal. That's where this is happening. So now they have 200 drones from this company, and they're all in sequence. And they take the drones, I'll move them all, 200 of them, where they think the portal is, over the Triangle. Oh, I'm sorry, 300 feet above the ranch is where, I wrote it down, 300 feet above the ranch. That's where they took the drones. They were saying, well, let me just show you an example of what that looks like. All right. So these are some of the people that are there. That's the company that came in. That's I got to get that Sky, what What is that? Sky Elements. That's the name of the company. You know me and my shirts. I gotta get this color. That's a nice looking one. Anyway, all right. I don't like the dark blue as much. She thinks she's Sarah Connor over there. Sarah, get to the quadcopter. Yeah, that joke was just sitting there. See how that worked? Yeah, here you go. There's the who done shit crew. Look at them. We got our hand on our hips, our belly out over our dicks, our hands on our hips, our hands in our pockets. I'm sorry. All right, let's get. Oh, here it is. Here it is. So that's the drones. Well, this is a rendition of it, and they're going to go over the triangle, is what they're trying to show us.
Can't figure out what they could be.
You just can't figure out what these things are. We're going to take 200 drones, fly over the triangle, and we are going to find out if it's possible that there's something going on over that area, that triangle. That's what they did. Yes, sir, that's what they did. They got all the quadcopters, all 200 of them. They keep mentioning that over and over, right? So they fly the drones. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. I think they said there were some caves and shit from the old indigenous miners. So there, one of the people who live in the area said they got a picture of this. And to me, it could be anything, but they swear. See this one here? That's the one from this year. This is the one from a couple of years ago when it was over a cow in the distance. So they think this is the same. It doesn't look the same. Similar, but not the same. This has got a little bubble, kind of maybe a wedge here. This one doesn't show that. They're both blurry, they're both far away, and they're both tiny and didn't do anything magical. This guy said that the object disappeared. Like when it left, he don't know if it went in the clouds or took off real fast. But I'm one of the indigenous here on the Yucatan Peninsula. You're at the Yucatan? Uh-oh, something's going on. Me and my people have been on these lands in the basin area for 400 years. We were here before settlers like the white men, like you, came here and took skinwalkers from us. You made the skinwalkers become violent. You make the skinwalkers come over. Now, what I know is, because I'm an astrophysicist, I know a bullshit story when I hear one, but this guy, he's telling the truth. And you know why? Because he's an indigenous man, and they don't lie. He got photographic evidence to prove it. I love me some Skinwalker CASH Ranch. I bet you do. There we go. So these are supposed to be in very tight formation. So what happens is they're flying the drones over the triangle. And a couple in the middle, one it moves away. It just decides to leave the group. And then another one leaves the group. Another one leaves the group. Do-do-doon-doon-doon. They kept on leaving the group. Boo-doo-doom-doom-ba-doom. The drones were fucking up. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one went the other way. Hey, what are you doing here? The drones are supposed to work, but they don't. They don't work at Skinwalker CASH Ranch. Don't. They don't work at Skinwalker CASH Ranch. And they didn't. And they kept coming up with excuses. We ain't never seen these drones do this before. And then they showed us a video. I'll show you a little bit. See if I can get you a couple seconds to show you what they showed us. Here, see how they're leaving the group?
Foot spot above the triangle. Several of them were clearly diverted out of formation by something.
Yeah, something was calling these drones away. Now, I don't know about what you think, but at Skinwalker Ranch, there ain't no tomfoolery going on here. It ain't like somebody got another controller where they can move those drones on. They can do that. You mean somebody could be lying? I love me Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, like anything for TV. Let's have the drones disappear or take off or get out of formation. Then you know what you could say, Rob. He's the owner of the company. Rob, you can say that you ain't never seen this before because people love hearing that shit. Oh, I love me History Channel. Woo-wee! Skinwalker CASH Ranch. See, here's one right here. Ready? Wait, where am I? Right here.
Having those drones out of position in that grid pattern was something very unusual.
It ain't never happened before. Woo-wee! Never happened before. Mark that down. 10:15 at night. Oh, that ain't never happened before. I've been with this company. I originally came up with this company on my own, and this is the first time it is. Look at what happened. They formed a formation of some yin yang type of thing. I ain't never seen this at Skinwalker CASH Ranch.
Sir.
Look at it.
Look at that. What is this? They're coming home. Hey guys, everybody stand by close to the grid.
Did you see that? I didn't notice that. Look at this. Oh, that can't be it. That's got to be a fake.
Like that in extreme.
Oh, that's real.
When we're working in.
Did you see how that looked like a thumbnail? That looks like a movie. I look like it's Close Encounters. And the ship's right here. They tried making it look like that. They did it. They made it look dramatic right there. That's a thumbnail. Woo-wee! I love me thumbnail about Skinwalker Ranch, Rich. Look how messed up they got.
Like that in extreme temperatures when we're working in the snow.
Unbelievable. They've never seen anything. It is interesting. It is interesting. I put my hands like this. I could have sworn I don't know nothing. That's Jeremy. Look, he's got small fingers. Poor guy. Now, Travis wants to shoot a rocket into it, like over the drones. He wants to disrupt the energy above the drones. So they shoot a rocket, like, you know, a 4-foot rocket. And the thing takes off. Well, when the drones went out of place, they reconfigured everything and tried again. It's so stupid. They can fly those drones and act like they're going rogue. It's so made for TV. You saw what that could look like. It looked very dramatic, didn't it? I mean, it's amazing. But they're blaming everything on the triangle. The triangle ruined this. And why use the rocket? They never really said, well, we're going to shoot a rocket above the drones just to see what, that's what he said, just to see what happens. They said that at one point, almost all the drones were compromised. They milked this episode. The whole episode was about that. And the sighting. That it looks like they caught an orb. It really, you know, I don't know if it's the dumbest thing I've seen. Like, why 200 drones? You know what I mean? And I think they wanted to cover the whole area, that whole triangle. And guess because there's GPS on the drones, which is another strange thing that happened. Another anomaly happened with the GPS. The drones that left the area showed that they went underground. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Very strange, dude. It was. Now I'm like, hey, man, you can make that up yourself. You could actually create this in a script for TV. I'm not saying it was, but it's interesting if real. And I don't know what else they can do. This is the best thing that they could come up with, shooting a rocket into the void of the supposed interdimensional portal. So when they saw the orb, the light come in, and they got it on video, Travis says this with the most serious tone. He goes, there ain't no red, green, or white lights on that. Like, that's the most important thing to look for, because that would mean it would be an airplane. But he acted like an 8th grader. Hey, just make sure there's no red, green, or white lights on there. It was like, all right, we got it, Doc. We got it. Duh. Well, the GPS showed something unbelievable. It kind of looks like this. I can probably show you, but this is the ground right here. That line. And it showed them going above the ground and under the ground. Like there was a portal there. I'll show you some other cool things that they came up with. Don't know if it's real. It's just interesting. It is. This is an interesting... Look, I don't like how they're... I guess it was a good experiment. It did what they thought. And then they thought outside the box. Here's another one that went rogue. You can see it. Yeah, they started, just randomly. Like, there it is right there. Just, there's the other one. Those are drones. But now these lights here and what we see in a lot of the videos nowadays, drones can be at least half of the dots we see from at night. Oh, man. Pretty cool, though. I'm trying to get to the rendition of what they showed it looked like, the data they got, because the data was kind of cool. And it played off last year, too, when they were dropping stuff down into the portal, and then they flew. What was it? Another quadcopter. It looked like it went underground. Here, you can see several of them now in the center. They kept starting over and trying it over again, and then it was just weird every time. And of course, first time it's ever happened.
Yeah, look in the middle. Look in the middle, guys. The drones are kind of wiggling around. There's no wind at all. All right, as you're coming this way, look, the ones in the middle got stable again.
So they were kind of wobbly, right? And there's no wind, but they got wobbly. You saw it. You'll have to watch the episode yourself, but I'm going to pull up the data that they got because it's pretty cool. Here we go. There's the UFO they captured right here. So they're excited over this because I think there's an appendage down here which looks like a string, but I'm not sure.
That's an exact same spot where we saw the UAP come in.
Anyway, they got that. It's nothing, again, just dots. So they get excited about this stuff, they do. And they're comparing it to that shit. He's trying to say it looks like this. Watch. You'll see. Rich. Prick.
Nuts and bolts, aircraft, and it was flying.
He says it looks like this.
Nuts and bolts.
I mean, It does if you let pareidolia rule your life, or that's a balloon, or it's a balloon of the number 0 or the letter O. Or it's a donut, flying donut. Very cute. Look at the artist rendition. That's what it would look like, man. Yeah, that's your Tic Tac shrunken down a little. Here's some action during the show. Look at this. So this is the data this is the data they're showing where the drones were. And that's what it showed so far. Yeah, where I'm trying to find it. There we go. And every time I go there, yeah, there we go. So look at that. And then they have look at underground.
So once again, something at the triangle completely distorted our GPS data.
Why is this happening? Because I love Skinwalker CASH Ranch.
There's 2 funnels connected at the throats of the funnels.
There's 2 funnels connected at the throats of the tunnel funnels. You got one funnel tunnel here and another funnel tunnel there. And they're connecting somewhere in there. That's your funnel tunnel. That right there is extremely dangerous and can cause global warming. Then they find this data. This.
If I give you a straight down view, so there's a gap in the data.
Where is the data?
Well, and you could see it all sitting off to the side there.
So they're saying the data's over here, that somehow it magically got shoved out of the data that where it was at to over here to the left. I have to admit, it's interesting. It is. But let me tell you something about drone technology and this kind of GPS data. It does mess up. My drone, like every time I fly, it records it. Because that's the FAA. That's the agreement I signed. And one time, I flew for 60 minutes almost. No data. Didn't show anything, which I was happy. But for some reason, it didn't collect the data. So shit happens. It's data. And that data can be corrupt. It can be modified. It can accidentally be deleted, or what we see here. I don't know how, but when you're dealing with energy, Wi-Fi, GPS, satellites, that's going through the air. A lot of signals are popping through that air. Something's bound to go wrong when you got 200 drones throwing down signals back to a hub that's watching everything, and then all the satellites above giving all that data going back and forth. Something could be corrupt. It's not uncommon. But they're acting like it's pointing right at where the portal is. They're saying it's pointing.
It's back here. I've never seen that before.
Of course you haven't. It's History Channel.
How far away is that?
Well beyond the range.
Well, Travis says it's a portal, and that the triangle's having its way with the GPS. I can't keep playing anymore. The LiDAR scan shows the data move. That's what we just saw, and it looks like a shadow. They said it points right at the top of the mesa. It's not pointing. It's not, there's no arrow. There's no wedge. You know what I mean? Just because that data moved in the direction of the mesa doesn't mean it's because of the mesa. But it is interesting. You can't deny it unless they're manipulating it. And that's possible. Travis may not know anything. They could be doing it just to do it, you know, to be the ones that got the data proving there's a portal. I don't think it'd be that hard to fake us. And if that company had those 200 drones and kept saying, this is the first time it's ever happened. No, it's not the first time it's ever happened. I guarantee it happens all the time because it happened all the time there. Why didn't they show us the drones flying on another part of the basin where it's not near that portal and see if the drones worked? Why didn't they do that? We're going to take the drones to an area a little bit away from the triangle just to see if the signal's widespread. If it's right there and it's remote and it's specific to that triangle, well, we may be on to something. I love me Skinwalker CASH Ranch. Right? That would make sense. See, this is why they need me. It'll never happen. We'll need to build our own show. But that's the show. That's it. They spent 44 minutes doing the drone thing. That's it. It was bad. Yeah, I know they had the sighting from the indigenous man and their own sighting, which was a white dot. Amateur hour, basically. Thank God it was free. I'll put the link to the show in the show description so you can watch it for free as well. Yeah, I know, Chris Rogers, because it would spoil it, Rich. That's why I don't trust anything that comes from that camp. Anything that has to do with Travis, UAPTF, anything with any of those guys from Skinwalker from here on out for the rest of eternity, untrustworthy. Because they sold out. They're not truthful. I think that's obvious. It's TV. And you have to have cool shit happen to be on TV. They created cool shit. Whether they didn't do it on purpose, it still was created because they did something. And without them making those, putting those tests out there, we wouldn't know these things. It's interesting. It is. What if there is a portal there? My thing is, if there's a portal there, how come nothing on camera has disappeared into it? Right? We know the energy's there, and I'm sure they're watching us and probably turn off that portal. Soon as they see us white folk, us humanoids trying to go through that portal, they probably shut it down. Well, either that, or we don't know what the F we're talking about. Woo-wee! I love me some cash. I mean, Skinwalker Ranch. What'd I say? Why? Come on, get out of here. It's never ending. Oh, I got a PayPal. I'm sorry. Nathan. Was it Nathan? Yeah, $2.22. Oh, I'm going to play something. He's got a video I have to show you. He says he remembers when I talked about the lights on my car. He says, gush all over the telekinetic crystals. Thanks, Nathan. Throwing down $2.22 on the PayPal. And PayPal. PayPal, dear. Skin on skin. Let the love begin. Women, near. Remember that song? Anyway, Skinwalker Ranch is a joke. I think we know that now. It's sad. It is. It's sad. Well, ufology has changed. Before the pandemic, I know things changed for me. We went from doing 2 shows a week to 7. So we were on every night during the pandemic because there was nothing to do. That's why we're here. I don't know how I could even do this show every night. I don't know. I really don't know. Sometimes I can't come up with anything and it works out. Now, not every show's good, but we're here. I'd like to do less, but I can't. Not yet. Well, I got to get another, I got to get the part-time gig. So well, don't worry about it. So, all right. So look, let me pull this up. And then I want to talk about music of the past for a minute. Oh, right. Here, let me show you this. Let's see what our friend UFO Jesus is doing today. That's weird. I didn't hear it. Let me see if it's working.
So the excuse we could use for Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick in the recent hearing
look at that
as to why his rhetoric was so lukewarm on UAP could be, well, he doesn't have access to the best data on UAP.
He's using OBS.
That, well, he's a physicist, and his threshold for evidence is exceedingly high, and he has to be very careful what he says, because the moment someone in his position says something definitive, the whole world changes. The stance of the U.S. government is no longer what it was previously. You can make all kinds of excuses for Dr. Sean Kirkpatrick's lukewarm rhetoric on UAP.
Here he is trying to help out, be nice, because eventually UFO Jesus wants that interview with Kirkpatrick. That's why he won't say anything damning. That's why he won't. Why do you think he's sucking up to him right now? It's the old alien addict. It's the alien addict game plan. Make believe you like them. Then when they come on your show, you don't have to like them anymore.
But the problem with this line of argumentation,
as long as you get what you want,
is it has nothing to do with how this makes the U.S. government look duplicitous. It has nothing to do with how it makes the U.S. government look like someone is not telling the truth. It's collateral damage.
They're not.
That emerges no matter how many creative arguments you make on behalf of Dr. Kirkpatrick. Let's look at a bigger picture than just Dr. Kirkpatrick.
Be my guest.
For example.
Oh, what is he doing? Getting on his knees? Oh, he dropped his notes.
The former head of the CIA.
I guess he doesn't use a teleprompter. I guess he posts notes in front of him like I do.
Hey, John Brennan stated that...
Hi, my name's Kyle Brennan. I'm Joe's friend. Damn it.
And these are kind of paraphrases. We'll continue to see unexplained things. They might be, in fact, some type of phenomenon that is something that we don't yet understand, that some might perceive as another form of life, right? Very different than what Dr. Kirkpatrick said at the hearing. How about the former director of one of the former director of not the most recent, but a former director of national intelligence, John Ratcliffe. He said on Fox News that even satellites and other sensors have picked up things that are difficult to explain, movements that are hard to replicate, that we don't have the technology for.
We don't have the technology for. Why is he going all MMA out on us here? I mean, what was that about?
Don't have the technology for.
Let me tell you something, brother. We don't have that technology for it, brother. We can't build the machines without building the machines to build the machines. You see what I'm saying, Jack? We got to get down. We got to get dirty. We got to get our hands in there up to our elbows in guts, girls, and grease. Girls, who said that? Not me. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, brother. Get out there. Do some boots on the ground. Don't come back till you do.
I think I hurt my voice.
Someone has the technology, not the American government, according to John Ratcliffe. Recently, former President Barack Obama said on
former Obama,
like a late night show, he said, there's footage and records of objects moving in ways that we do not understand.
I normally don't pick on him anymore, but I like the throw when he threw his head back.
Of objects moving in ways that we do not understand.
And he says Obama.
Something to that effect.
Miss it?
And recently, former President Barack Obama.
He likes Obama. That's why he's cocking his head back, being a little proud of Obama. You can tell by the way he's gingerly holding that microphone with just his thumb and forefinger. All the other fingers smell like failure.
Said on an...
that's all, folks. I can't do it anymore. I just can't. I can't. That was fun. Good for him. He's trying. He's trying. Poor guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's lost. UFO Jesus doesn't know which way to turn now. I could be the guy who prenuptiates his success by ramificating the hypothesis. It can happen. And I know that even though there's cockroaches crawling on my microphone, I can do this. Speaking of people who have the movement when they speak, Jeremy Kenyon, lock your Corbell door. What a dumb name. What a stupid name, Lockyer. It's a family name. It runs deep in the indigenous populace of my cultures.
Detected and filmed over nuclear facilities. They have shot beams of light into them,
turn it up,
down nuclear weapons, turned them on at times. We know that happened in the 70s, 60s and 70s, but it's a very famous case, Maelstrom Air Force Base.
Oh my God, this guy's a crackpot. He doesn't know the truth about Malmstrom? That just goes to show you.
It started at a missile launch site, codename November, near Malmstrom Air Force
Oh
Base,
my God,
Montana.
this is
For several
great.
hours,
What a
missiles loaded
dork.
with nuclear warheads switched off, and no one could figure out why.
Informal stories, no official assessment that you've done or exists within DoD that you're aware of regarding the Malmstrom incident.
All I can speak to is, what's within my cognizance of the UAP task force, and we have not looked at that incident.
Well, I would say, it's a pretty high-profile incident. I don't claim to be an expert on this, but that's out there in the ether. You're the guys investigating it. I mean, who else is doing it?
UFOs have been detected and filmed.
He said they've been filmed over nuclear facilities. That's the first thing he says. When, guys? Is there any evidence of this? I've never seen a video of any UFO over a nuclear site. Now, if he says Fukushima and or 3 Mile Island, he's going to have to get smacked. And I don't mean in a nice way. I mean thoroughly smacked hard. Listen.
Have been detected and filmed over nuclear facilities.
Wrong-o, beaver breath. Can't prove it. Can't prove this. Can't suck this. You believe this? Cracker down. Fox News coverage of the Texas cattle mutilations and possible link to UFOs. Metallic Sphere UAP video also shown in this video. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. I didn't know that this was going. Well, it's Fox News, so, with a grain of saltines. I like saying saltines. I like that cracker. Cracker? Hey, I can say that because I'm a cracker. You cracker? Cracker ass cracker? I like saying cracker. It's funny. Now I know why black guys like saying the N-word. I like saying cracker. I'm a cracker, you're a cracker, he's a cracker, she's a cracker. Wouldn't you like to eat a cracker too? Yes.
Happening in my beloved home state of Texas, where someone or something is mutilating cattle. 3 different counties, 6 cows have been found dead, with each scene more grisly than the next. They don't make sense. The cows' tongues have been cut out, almost surgically. There's almost no signs of spilled blood. And nearly 2 of the cows had their sex organs removed. Authorities say they were unable to find any sign of footprints or tire tracks around the scenes. On top of that, the areas around the carcasses were undisturbed, like no signs of a struggle for the cows. And as troubling as all this is, stories like this have been happening actually for decades. As far back as the 1970s, the New York Times was reporting that nearly 200 cows in 11 states were found mysteriously mutilated. The ranchers reported that udders, eyes, ears, sex organs, and tongues seem to have been removed.
What?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it sounds like a party.
Seemingly 40 years of unexplained phenomenon. I don't know. Teenagers who play sick pranks on cattle ranchers, cultish worshipers of some odd religion, aliens. What could this be? This is so.
It can't be, dude. You see, this is why you can't have. This is why you can't have mainstream media talking about this stuff. It's been going on long before the 80s. It was popularized in the 70s, really. And it got really, really famous, super popularized in the 80s. But we knew about it in the 70s. It was talked about. I remember it. I remember watching In Search Of. I think they even did a show on UFOs, and cattle mutilations were part of it, crop circles. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly, but I think it was before the 80s even. I think cattle mutilations have been going on forever. You really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of the reality of cattle mutilations? They've been going on forever. And if they've been going on forever, then that means it's not us. I often wonder if the city of Atlantis and those people, maybe they were water based. I mean, water, like they lived in the water, like the way of water. Maybe when everything got destroyed, this version came out 12,800 years ago. I know that's not true, because they found skeletons and bones of humans already, but I'm just saying, it's weird. It's just weird. I'm trying to figure it out by talking out loud. I guess I just debunked that theory. I don't know, man. I just think it's a weird world. Because what he's saying can't be a cult. It's not Satan worshiping and all that. There's no footprints. There's no blood from an animal that has, 6 quarts? 8 quarts of blood, something like that. Things were surgically removed so well that even the greatest surgeons of all couldn't have done what was done to these cows that well. It's weird. Unless they have this technology we don't know about. I often wonder if the UFOs and the things we hear about, shadow people, are us from the past. But I wonder if they left this, not universe, dimension, and maybe they figured out another way to get to another dimension that parallels Earth. And that's why sometimes they just pop in and mess with us. I've got this video I got to show you after this. We got time.
So odd, we have to consider any possibility. You heard stories of crop circles appearing on farms. Could they be leaving a message that they're taking our livestock? Do extraterrestrials have an infatuation with farmland? In just the last few days, the Department of Defense has released new footage of a new UFO, footage in the Middle East. Could they have just been looking for more cows? The Pentagon has no explanation for what this was, just like authorities have no idea what has happened to all of those cows. It might sound crazy, but not out of the question.
You know, in that video right there, that looked like a drone for a second when it was on the side.
No idea what has happened to all of those cows. It might sound crazy.
Right here.
But not out of the question.
Yeah, it was right there.
The Pentagon has no
I
explanation.
think I saw that it was a drone for a second.
No idea what has happened to all of those cows. It might.
Let's take a look. I want to do this. I can't go slow motion. Shit. It looks like I see an arm coming out. Something on the side, like maybe even right here on the back end.
Sound crazy?
Damn it.
Footage in the Middle East. Could they have just been looking for more cows?
Oh, that was interesting what I saw.
For more cows? The Pentagon has no explanation for what this was, just like authorities have no idea what has happened to all of those cows. It might sound crazy, but not out of the question. What is going on? Not just here, but maybe in the universe. Is the truth out there?
I'm going to play this video. And the reason I'm playing it is because I believe I've seen this. And I believe you have seen this in my videos. The black streak that came in front of the camera. But this is different. And I want to say it's fake. But damn it, it sure doesn't look fake. It looks real. And I know everyone here is going to say it's fake. But before you do, this is, if it is fake, and these people that are, because they're claiming this is real. And he even said, you know, people think that we're faking it, but we're not. And we're going to get it on camera for you. And they did. And a couple of shadow people peek around the corner in the beginning of the video. And they have the camera recording them sitting on a couch. But to their right, there's a doorway or an opening that goes to the stairway that goes upstairs about 20 steps, where these shadow heads pop up. And then when she grabs the camera and shows you upstairs, you don't hear anybody running. You don't see anybody at the top of the stairs. There's nowhere these things could have gone. But in the beginning of the video, you can see her because one of the heads pops through and then it disappears. And then towards the end of the video, you see two of the heads pop out. And as she gets up to grab the camera, they both go up the stairs or wherever. And she gets there. By the time she got there, they should have only been halfway up the stairs. You would have heard them running. Boom, 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 boom. So it's an interesting video. And I honestly think I think it's fake. But I think they're demonstrating exactly what I've seen and other people have seen. So this is pretty wild, and I don't know if it's real. But here, you be the judge. So I want you to watch. Hey, where is it? Oh, this is weird. I didn't know it could do it like that. Hold on. Let me see if it's working. Okay. Let me blow it up. So the head's going to pop up here at first. And then you'll see after 20 seconds or so, they pop up. So watch right here, right now. She sees it. He doesn't. But she's not sure if she saw it. Because they just started the video and it popped around the corner. Here we go.
In an effort to prove that these are real, I've made Kaylee sit...
Thanks.
It's really close.
Here it comes.
And she's going to grab the camera.
There it is.
As soon as we see one. And I'm pretty sure it screams pretty hard to see from here, to be fair, but we've tried to push it.
She saw it.
The best view.
Watch.
And she's going to grab the camera and get it up the stairs because there's literally nowhere to go on a stairway.
You hear it.
yeah, you'd hear somebody running up the stairs. There's no other rooms to go in. So, you know what I mean? That's what we're doing. So,
here they come.
Get ready, guys.
It looks real to me. I'm telling you, it's weird though. They just seem genuine to me.
Don't cover the screen because people say, oh, you've cooked the video. Yeah.
You've cooked the video. I love
Try and
that.
grab it the best you can.
Here we go. There they are.
Yeah, go. Quick.
See what I mean?
Nope. Nothing.
Right? Play it again. One more time.
These are real. I've made Kaylee sit.
Thanks.
Sit really close. And she's going to grab the camera as soon as we see one. And I'm pretty sure, the screen's pretty hard to see from here, to be fair, but we've tried to push it back to get the best view. And she's going to grab the camera and get it up the stairs because there's literally nowhere to go on the stairway. There's yeah, you'd hear somebody running up the stairs. There's no other rooms to go in. So, you know what I mean? That's what we're doing. So, get ready, guys. I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't. I don't know if the movement seems off, but see, they seem pretty genuine to me.
Yeah, go. Quick. Anything?
Here's the problem with the video. Why doesn't one of them sit where the camera is and just wait? Instead, it takes her 4 seconds to get up and get back instead of taking 2 seconds. Half the distance means half the time, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd think you would hear those things running up the stairs. I am still feeling that it's fake. Only because the way they did it. Not everybody can think the same way. They can't think of everything, but I don't understand why they would do it from the first time I saw it. I was like, why they do it that way? Just hold the camera, and then when they show up, you got them. Right? You're saving yourself 2 seconds, if not maybe more. So it's a weird video. I like it because it really is what we see, what I've seen. Yeah. Similar to that. It's not, the things that I've seen weren't as defined. They were it's like shapes. You could make it out, but it just disappears as fast as you see it. It's weird. So when you see it, it's then you're not seeing it. It's wait, maybe my eyes are playing tricks. I was watching TV. I talked about it a couple weeks ago, and a black streak went right in front of my TV. I'm watching basketball, and this thing, it was a streak, went right in front of me. It was there because I know it was. I didn't imagine it. I wasn't sleeping. Because the weird thing is, as fast as it went by, it was as if it still dimmed the light from the TV. It was as if I was watching it in slow motion, even though it looked fast. I can't explain it. It's like, have you ever almost been in a car accident, or maybe you've been in a car accident and it seems like slow motion? Same thing. It's like that. It's very strange. For me, it's very strange because I feel like I am in touch with something sometimes. Not like a conversation, just energy, just cold breezes. I don't have the fan on. How could a cold breeze do that? It's very bizarre. There was no reports of an earthquake in Florida yesterday during the show. My light moved. I felt it in my hands. I felt my seat move. I heard it. I know what an earthquake sounds like. It sounded like a car coming down the street or a big truck, which it couldn't have been where I live because they closed the road down. Well, they put the gate up in here, so it's nothing going in my community and I would know the difference. Why would it shake everything? It was just bizarre. No reports. Very strange. Maybe Into Thin Air got a report and I just haven't seen it yet. I'll have to watch the rest of his video. Well, oh my God, that's it for tonight. I want to thank everybody again for the tremendous, tremendous support that you've been giving one of the top 3 UFO shows that goes on every day in the community, the love. And I just can't thank you guys enough. Moderators, super chatters, you guys are unbelievable. Everybody's just extremely, we're in a good place. Forget about numbers. I don't give a shit. I just like what we're doing. I think you're going to be happy when I start posting more stuff. I think I posted a video to the members the other day too. But I'm going to post another video today. Absolutely, for sure. There'll be another video going up for the members tonight. I think you'll like this one. Just for fun. It's just the private videos most of the time from here on out are just going to be me shooting the shit out on the town, driving around, showing you some things that I don't talk about on the show because, you know, it's not edited now. That's why I want to show it to you in an edited form. Make it fun. Just like the video the other night. If I could do a live show and then edit it afterwards and then put it out, I would love to do that. But I can't. Can I? It wouldn't be, think about this. What if I did my show, recorded it? Because I could do a show as if you guys are here with me. What's up, the UFO man? How are you? And I could edit a lot of stuff in there, videos and things. I mean, I couldn't do, but it takes just as long to edit than it is to do the show live, which is why I don't do that. So thank you very much for hanging out tonight. Newcomers and veterans, glad you can get along. We accept all haters back to goof on. Anybody who had a beef, come on back. We'll forgive you. Even if there's not a lot of people out there left that I would take back. I won't take back GG, Gorilla Gamer, Fat Fuck Tony, and Scambian and Alien Addict. Those 4 are out for life. I don't care. Alien Addict has to go. Out of my life. Out of my life. Never again will I trust that little wanker. I used his terminology to let him know I was serious about that. Bitch. All right, we'll talk later. We'll be back tomorrow night. I'm such a jerk off, but I love it because I don't care. Because that's what they do. They bitch about their own lies. That's what's fun. They lie like it's the truth, and it is so fun to watch, and that's why they're going backwards. Failure. Alien Addict failed us all. Shame on you. Seriously, shame on you for playing the field the way you do, plotting everything against everybody for your own amusement, and I fell for it. Bitch. We'll be back tomorrow night. What do we do here? Truthology for you. Truthology for ufology. All right, we'll be back tomorrow night. Take care of each other. Be truthful, and alien bless.
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. God have mercy on your soul.
Warning. Control life.